Dennis Lowe. I'm a retired scientist physician. And on behalf of the Breaking Down the Walls presentation group, we welcome you all. Just to clarify, because there are certain issues involved, this is a private affair. It is organized by a completely private group that is really my wife and Heidi and myself. It is not sponsored by any of the presbyteries. It is not sponsored by the Presbyterian Church. We have their endorsement in the sense that Joe Carvalho was kind enough to distribute the announcement, but strictly speaking, this is not a church affair. It is held at the church because Reverend Hong was kind enough to offer the facility. Today, we want to discuss the document, Breaking Down the Walls, which was published in early March. It will be discussed extensively at the General Assembly taking place in Minneapolis in July. Lucy Janjigian, one of the 9 committee members who wrote the report, is a very close friend of Heidi and myself, and we have been discussing for a long time the issues that are covered in this report, and we thought that it would be very useful to present this report in the appropriate context without the heated debate sort of usually accompanying this issue. Speaking for myself, there really isn't much of a heated debate. The facts speak for themselves. But for that reason, the official invitation for this meeting only went to ministers and commissioners on purpose. This is not a general laity, Presbyterian or not. We have actually disinvited many people who wanted to show only because we wanted to be able to have a non-confrontational and actually a professional environment to discuss it. So the agenda today is very simple. Lucy will present probably for 45, 50 minutes. It's an extensive document, it's 172 pages, but she will try to summarize the most important points. Necessarily, it's not complete. That will be followed by Reverend Khader El-Yateem. He is the pastor of Salam Arabic Lutheran Church in Brooklyn. Khader and I have been friends for a long, long time. He is originally from Bethlehem, and he's a Lutheran minister. And I invited him to give a little bit of a personal perspective, that this was not a document picked up from pie in the sky, but the real people involved in the issues. So his talk will be relatively short, 10 to 15 minutes. Then we will open up for discussion. I will moderate the discussion in the sense that I will point out who get to ask questions. And we will be, you already have we will go through the recommendations that the PCUSA has compiled. It's an extensive document. Okay. Lucy's slides will not cover all of them, but for completeness, you have a copy. And we will just discuss the salient points. And this is just the beginning. And hopefully, if this session is successful, we are planning to roll this out throughout the Northeast and using modern technology, hopefully, to the entire nation. And this is being recorded. If you are up here, your image will show up, and I hope we have your permission to upload it to YouTube or wherever there is. And that's very important because we want to leverage modern technology to bring what's really going on in the Middle East. So, without further ado, this is
Thank you, Dennis. It's wonderful to be here. And I was born in the Middle East, so I do have some of my personal life, and it is in a vignette form. It's the 4th vignette in the report on page 38, 39, which will give you an idea of where I come from. I started with this picture that I thought says it all, and I really don't have to say much more, because I feel as the Presbyterian Church, we're the followers of Jesus Christ. I took this picture in Tampa in the region of Galilee, where it shows the peace and calm and Jesus healing the blind man. And I think that's what the Presbyterian Church is trying is to heal those of us who cannot see the humanity in the other, and to bring peace. So this was my addition to the thing. This is what the Presbyterian Church, our committee, decided to put for the cover of the booklet that you have received, and that happens to be one of my paintings. And this painting was done from a poem that Verna Smith, the wife of Reverend Don Smith, wrote a poem when she was in the Golan Heights. And she saw these barbed wires of war. And then she saw God's beautiful creation of these poppies, the lilies of the field, growing through them. When I saw this poem, I did 5 paintings from it. And I couldn't leave it with just the barbed wire and the flowers. I added a bird because I wanted to get out of these barbed wires. And so this is the painting that they chose, which I'm very thrilled to see. So the first question is, why the report? And these notes were shortened and made into readable form instead of 173 pages by Dennis. And I made them into PowerPoint, so he really is the mastermind behind this thing. The report was because of a request by the 3 moderators of 2004, 2006, and 2008 that they wanted a comprehensive study of the Middle East, specifically the situation of Israel and Palestine within the conflict and the Middle East countries. So we were expected as the Presbyterian people. Did I go too far? This is the second one, right? So we were to evaluate as a church to go and see how the mission is, how specifically our Christian brothers and sisters and their situation within the Middle East, where they are a minority because the majority, of course, is Muslim and Israeli Jewish. And then we had to study and access the complex interaction among the religions, the different cultures, and the peoples of the region, and specifically to analyze the role of the United States and its policies that impact the region. And we were supposed to come up with recommendations, and we did. We have about 39 recommendations, and to take active steps, and we did that towards what the government should be doing, what the church should be doing, what individuals could be doing. And in the first part of the report, you will notice there are letters to all the different communities that we felt would be interested in the report and specifically speaking to their interests. There's one missing slide. Maybe it's there. Maybe we'll get to it eventually. To me, the crux of the whole conflict is who does the land belong to, specifically who does Jerusalem belong to. This temple area is the smallest area, but it is the heartbeat to me of the conflict. Because this is the mosque that was built, it's the Dome of the Rock, it's called. There's the Aqsa Mosque in the same area. It's called the temple area. And this mosque, or rock thing, is built on where King Solomon's temple used to be, on the foundation of King Solomon's temple and King Herod's temple. So that area is sacred to the Israelis, to the Jewish people, and right now they are digging under the mosque, trying to get their work into there. And I'm afraid once they get into the mosque, that will really, hell will break loose. Let's hope it won't. Because you remember when Sharon went with 1,000 policemen, that's how Intifada got all excited and it started more trouble. So to me, this is one of the most important spots. For the Muslims, it's very important because they believe that Muhammad rose to heaven from the rock, and he went on a white horse to heaven. And on that rock is where it is believed